a Switch 2, a job. You know what both these things have in common? I don't have either of them. Until today, I'll have one of those things, and it's not a job. Because today I'm going to the Nintendo store and I'm gonna try to be the first person to get a Nintendo Switch 2. Now, will I actually be the first person to get a Switch 2? You'll have to keep watching to find out. I already know the answer. And let's just say the answer might shock you. Tomorrow, the Nintendo Switch 2 is releasing for a very, very, very small price of $450 and a very, very reasonable price of $80 for Mario Kart World. Now, if you were to ask me, I would say raise the price. I don't think it costs enough. I think a Switch 2 should at least cost $700. And Mario Kart, everyone loves Mario Kart. I think they could easily charge $130 and everything would be fine. To put it into perspective, I was one of the first people to enter the San Francisco Nintendo store for the first time. To be exact, I was the 40th person in the store. I even made eye contact with the CEO, Doug Bowser, and he looked at me weird. I even got this cool ass sign for it. And I still hope I'm able to get something like that, even if I'm not the first person to get a Switch 2. So without further ado, I think it's time for us to head over to the store and wait there all day. So we're on our way to San Francisco right now. I'm pretty excited. My goal today is to be first in line. If not, everything's gonna go wrong. This is the world if I'm first in line. This is the world if I'm not first in line. So they announced that there's gonna be actually like a pre-launch event happening. I don't fully know what it's gonna be. I know you get to demo Mario Kart, I'm pretty sure. But besides that, I don't really know anything else that's really happening in terms of that. But I'm excited to find out. Today's gonna be a good day. We made it to Union Square. Yippee! We're about to go line up for the pre-launch thing. I don't really know what's gonna happen. All I know is that Mario Kart's gonna be there. I really want to try to see if I can get first in the Switch line. I feel like it's gonna be hard because like in New York, there's already tents out for days and I'm here the day of. So we shall find out. Okay, let's go. LeBron, what do you think of the Nintendo store? How long have we been here for?
2 hours?
Over 2 hours. I'm bored. I've only gotten 2 Street Passes. I haven't gotten a third one. Why does no one have their 3DSs here? We also might be on 2 news sites, which is very cool. There are 2 different news cameras that are pointed straight at us. So, we might be on the news.
That's pretty cool.
If we're on the news, the clip's here.
It's the opportunity to connect with other Nintendo Switch 2 gamers.
If we're not in the news, here's a cute cat. I don't know if you know, but I'm a sucker for free things. I like having cool free things. And there's a guy across the street who has a really cool Mario Kart World poster. So I'm hoping they'll give us a cool poster for playing the demo of Mario Kart. Will they? I don't know. We made it.
Oh.
No way. This might be progress. I tried recording myself playing Mario Kart, but I made a mistake and accidentally recorded in slow motion. So here's a bit of that. I didn't manage to speed up the slow motion footage, so here's a bit of that.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh wait, I was looking at the wrong screen. I was looking at your screen. It's a lot different.
Is
It's
it?
definitely different, but once the more you play, it doesn't take long for it to start to feel natural.
I'm kind of getting it. It feels like a
Yeah!
or double dash actually.
There's Beeria. Like bee. Like a bee.
What is this? That's the icon of Birdo. I keep trying to hold my items behind me. That's crazy. There's no invincibility. I was in first for like...
I was like 6.
I'm getting Mario Kart. That was dumb. I did not even hit my character. There we go. Oh wait, what? I thought that was the last time. This game is disorganized. I'm dead. I waited in line for 3 hours. 3 hours. We just got to play Mario Kart for 10 minutes. That's crazy. I don't even think it was 10 minutes. It was just one game of Mario Kart. Honestly, if I knew that I was gonna be waiting 3 hours in line to play one game of Mario Kart, which later in the night, I'd just be able to play as much Mario Kart as I wanted, I might not have done it. I might not have done it. They took off my bracelet, but then they gave me a cool poster, so they made up for it. I got a free thing like I said I wanted. I love free things. Afterwards, me and my friends walked around the store and just looked around and saw what the store had. I think the Nintendo store is really cool, and I've already been, so I wanted to show my friends around. I'm trying to be the woman C&D of the West Coast here. Why'd she look like that? Why'd she look like that? Speaking of YouTubers, the only person I recognized at the San Francisco store was Planerock124, who I've actually met before twice. Once at VidCon in 2018 and once at VidCon again in 2019. I haven't watched him since middle school. He was actually also there when I was at the grand opening for the San Francisco store, and I was in his video a few times. I had my own segments, 1 second at a time. B-roll, like P-roll. The 3-hour line for Mario Kart wasn't even really that bad. The only reason why it wasn't that bad was because I was just talking to my friends, and I even talked to some people in line too. So the time went by pretty quickly. Except for the guy who said he was gonna break my kneecaps. So basically I was talking to this person in line, and we found out that we both had the earliest reservation time for the Switch 2 event, and I said, oh, I'm gonna try to be the first person. And he was like, oh yeah, me too, but I'm gonna break your legs so that you can't. And I'm like, okay. You cannot say that, actually. That's a threat. So after the Mario Kart line, me and my friends were pretty exhausted. So then after a small break, we went to go line up in front of the Nintendo store. And there were some people around, but no one was fully lined up. There hadn't have been a fully fledged line formed yet. So we were all just kind of hanging out for the most part and just waiting for something to happen. But then after waiting for a little bit, the official line started. We all rushed to the line, and I was number 6th. It's not first. I know. I'm sorry. It's close though. It's close. It's better than 40th like I was for the grand opening.
A line is formed. There's no line. No, it's like halfway. But there's not that many people here. At least we're not back there. I'm not first, sadly. But I'm like 6th. Good enough. 3 plus 1 enough times it's 6. So that makes it first. Random people who walk by keep staring at us. I have no idea why. People don't have any reason to stare at us. Someone else recording. A lot of people recording here, and I am part of the problem.
I was actually in the news and in other people's YouTube videos like at least 4 times.
Does anyone have a 3DS in line with them? All right, you want to show it on the camera?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do this real fast.
Actually, if you're watching this video and you see yourself in the background of any of my clips I've shown in this video or will show in the rest of this video, please comment. I talked to a good amount of people during this day and I had a lot of fun talking to everyone. So if you see yourself or you talk to me, comment. I miss you all.
You want the raffle? If you want a raffle,
Can I have it? Oh. Wait, so we got these papers, like shows the prices, and you're supposed to give these to them for what you want? These prices are insane. $90 for a carrying case? That's so much money! Why is it so expensive? Nintendo, why would you charge me money? I thought everything was free! I'm getting a hat, no way! Sorry? The slightly damaged hat. She'll take the damaged hat. Awesome, thank you. I got a hat. See, I'm getting free stuff. Like I said, I love free stuff. This isn't my style, if you couldn't tell, but it's cool to have.
I mean, I love the ventilation, you know.
Yeah.
I get sweaty.
It's open.
Wait.
Oh, it fits your outfit.
That's my outfit.
We got 10 minutes. Each finger is 2. 10 minutes. Wait, 10 minutes for the Switch? 2? That was awesome. We're in line. The line is a lot longer now. She doesn't have a pass though. She's not going in. I'm going in alone.
Countdown, the countdown.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm alone walking in the store. Hold on, I know we're walking to the store, but a funny thing just happened. So, right before the big countdown happened, there's this journalist interviewing someone at the front of the line, and they came up to our position, which was like 5th, 6th, and 7th. I was like, hey, does anyone here want to do an interview? And I instantly was like, me, because I wanted to do that so badly. I really wanted to be interviewed at the grand opening, and I really wanted to be interviewed today. So I said, me. And she was like, okay, just say your name and then say what city you're from. And as I was doing that, as I was saying my last name, a Nintendo worker comes out and is like, and then the journalist just runs away. And I'm like, I wanted to be interviewed today so badly. And then that happens. As sad as it was really funny. Anyways, now let's enter the store. Where are we going? Uh-oh, everyone went the wrong way. I wish I had one of those. I can't wait for those to come out. Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Is Mario Kart gonna be the first game we're gonna play?
Definitely. I didn't want to get the bundle because it's digital. I want the physical one.
I also love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Have fun.
You too. Switch to a... Hi! You got it! You ready? Are you ready? I'm very ready. I got my Switch to a... I I will say though, just being in that line and just hanging out with the community for those few hours, it didn't even feel like I was waiting in the line for that long. It felt like we were there for maybe an hour and not 3. I've been waiting for this since the Switch launch. My dream since I was a kid was to go to the store in New York and go to a midnight launch there. But now that there's one local to me, it just feels like surreal. And I know it kind of sounds dumb, but it makes me happy and I like sharing that. Now for my review on the actual Switch, it's fine. I will be honest though, Mario Kart World is really fun. I actually really like Mario Kart World. I like to play as Nabbit. I love Nabbit. Nabbit's one of my favorite characters. And it feels a lot more fun to play in my own house, just like with some friends, than waiting 3 hours to play one game. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. I had a great time. Thank you all for listening and hearing me just talk about and showcase my experience. And I hope to see you guys at the Nintendo store when I am first in line for... Bye!